Today I have a little video about Bob the Spider and a giant wave. A giant wave is something that you can relate to panic and anxiety attacks. Just imagine that you are swimming in the ocean and there's a huge wave coming, but seriously a perfect storm, George Clooney movie kind of giant wave, really huge. Then you have a choice. You can start to swim and think, oh my gosh, this is a giant wave, and you can start to panic and try to fight the giant wave. And that's impossible, of course, so the wave will come and will do with you whatever it wants to do with you. Or you can say, oh, that's a big wave. I'm just gonna, float here, and I'm gonna let the wave take me up. I'm gonna let the wave take me down, maybe even take me underwater a little bit, but I'll start floating again afterwards. It probably won't kill me. I'll just see what happens. If you think what the second option gives you, then of course you will be much more relaxed and you will still have a lot of energy once that the wave has passed, and you will have a bigger chance of survival. Now the exact same thing happens with panic attacks. When you sense those first symptoms, you can start to fight them and start to worry about them and start to, oh no, this shouldn't happen. I have to have these things under control, and I would like everything to be under my control. I need everything to be and to go according to my plans. Everything should go as I planned. If it doesn't, then I'm going to start panicking and I don't like this. And if you think like that, you create a giant amount of stress and you create anxiety attacks. It's really that simple. So you will have to learn to think like the giant wave and just to let it float. And that's what I teach in the step process. In the step process, you will learn exactly what you have to do to trigger your mind to just not worry about the things that are happening. And that works great. Now the second thing is Bob the Spider. Some people, they send me a mail and they say, yeah, see, I have panic attacks, but my mom and my dad, they were very anxious as well, so probably it is hereditary and it's just in my DNA. I'm not sure that I can make this go away because they had it, and maybe even my grandparents have it as well. Must be in my DNA. Well, it isn't in your DNA. It really isn't, but it can be hereditary. Just imagine, you're a baby and you're crawling in the living room. And you're crawling and you see a little insect. It's a little insect that looks like a spider, because it is a spider. And you're a baby, you don't know that spiders are dangerous, so you start to play with the spider and you have fun with it, and the spider moves his legs close to his body because he fakes that he's deaf. That's what they do. And you play and you have fun. And your mom walks into the living room and she sees that you're playing with a spider. And she starts, she starts to panic because the baby is playing with a dangerous spider and she's afraid of the spider, and you're afraid of her voice that is this high, and you start to link it. And as of that moment, you are afraid of a spider as well, because your mom taught you that, because you mimic your mom. That's what babies do. And that's what even adolescents do. Even when you're 16, you still start to model people around you. So if your mom or your dad are people that are anxious in general, they're afraid of everything, you will start to be afraid of everything as well, because you will learn and start to do whatever it is that they do wrong. You will take their rituals, their habits that are bad, and you will have the same effect, you will have the same results, and you will be anxious as well. Now the only reason why they are still anxious at this point is because they never learned what they had to do to stop this anxiety. Now you can, because you are somebody that is really looking for a solution, so you will find a solution. By definition, if you look for something, you find it. Not as something else. Just imagine that we would live in a world where you can't kill a spider. If you kill a spider, you get a fine of $50,000, and one way or another, the police always finds out, because they know everything. And you come into your kitchen one morning and you see that there's a huge spider in a web in your kitchen. Bob the Spider. And it freaks you out. Then you have a choice. You can say, I'm never coming near my kitchen ever again. From now on, we always eat out. We always eat Pizza Hut. Very good for your weight. And that's a choice. Or you can say, okay, well, I can't kill the spider and I have to eat, so I have to be in my kitchen. So I will go into my kitchen and I will be afraid of the spider, but I will try to say, hey Bob, how are you doing, man? And maybe Bob will say something to me. Maybe this isn't so bad. And as you are washing your potatoes and making dinner, you see that Bob the Spider actually catches all those darn flies that try to eat your food and that are everywhere. Well, Bob, "Thank you, Bob," you say. And you start to bond with Bob, and you start to learn how to go about him. You learn that if you touch his web that he starts to shake and that he doesn't really like it, and you learn how to go around about him, how to treat him. Now the exact same thing happens when you're afraid of something. If you have social phobia and you're afraid of saying or doing something in front of other people, if you're afraid to be alone, if you're afraid to be in a plane, in a car, whatever you're afraid of, you have a choice to avoid it, and if you avoid it, you will be and continue to be scared of it until you die. Or you can say, okay, I'm going to try to find ways to manage myself when I'm in that situation. And I don't like pure exposure therapy. I don't like it when you just have to go to the situation or to the location and just learn how to deal with it on your own, because that doesn't work. But if someone gives you the tools and learns and teaches you how you can go about the situation, how you can learn to behave in those situations, then you can learn to be there and to be happy again and not to worry about them anymore. Because really, if Bob the Spider would be for 6 months in your kitchen, you wouldn't be afraid of him anymore. I swear. You would just be cooking there and Bob the Spider would be watching, and there would be a bond between you two. And it sounds stupid, and I know my examples are always stupid, but in life it is the same thing. If you're afraid of a plane and someone, me, it teaches you how to behave when you're on a plane, how to think, how my step process can make you calm and relaxed at those times, then you will learn how to be happy there and how to not fear those things. And if you do, then you can do whatever it is that you want in life. So I hope that you stick around and that you enjoy the other videos that I have on the website, ilovepanicattacks.com. Enjoy.